required particular characteristic is sound insulation, which is good for the workers. In this set of courtyard, the wind enters in one direction. The other courtyard may be hot because of the temperature. As a result, the cool air replaces it. The hot is lighter than the cold air, and rises up, making the place cooler, and above the terrace garden keep the temperature down, forcing the hot air to rise up further. So that's the importance of this courtyard, which is the wind ventilation. And for the second one is a roof garden. As you can see, the picture shows the heat absorb. The absorbent heat and radiation it into the building, and this is to minimize through the roof garden, covering 55% of the roof area. And it can be used also for rainwater harvesting. And the last one is seepage into the ground have been installed in pedestrian areas and parking. For the heat absorb, what is the function is the rainwater absorb used for different purpose, and rainwater filter slope given for the water flow outlet for water collections. Moving to our third one is natural lighting. Natural lighting is a very important thing in the building because it can decrease the usage of the electricity, which is good for a building, and it can lower our cost of maintenance. So the natural light deflection system can direct light deep into the room and ensure better natural lighting provisions. And this is the example for it: the light shaft, light deflecting, and prismatic panel. This is the example for reflective glass, which is a mirror. This material mostly reduces penetration of radiation from the reflection side to the non-reflection side. The penetration of 11 until 37% of total striking radiation, which is a good. And such glazing is used in this building where it is desirable to maintain eye contact with the outside as well as to prevent penetration of radiation, and in area where it is hot most of the day. The usage of light glazing and vision glazing. Usage of light glazing and vision glazing, the double glazed glass will just allow the diffuse sunlight to pass through and will radiate the solar radiation bags. It is located in the western direction of the building because the sun ray is highly radiant when it is setting. Moving to our next passive building energy, which is jelly wall. The function of jelly wall is to control pass of air and lights into the interior space, and the light through the jelly wall through patterns of light and shadows on the floor, which, for example, if the jelly wall shapes are circle, so the patterns on the floor also you guys can see the circle shape, so it follow the patterns of the jelly wall. And the jelly also ensure a constant flow of breeze into the interior, allowing the occupants comfort in the hot humid climate. And the fact is the jelly wall used in many historic buildings such as Taj Mahal give its definition and aesthetic appeal to a space. So this is the function of jelly wall when it's raining. The jelly wall have many benefits. So this is one of the benefits, which is the rainwater receives in the openings, and it can give the water utilized for the plants inside. So it cannot waste the rainwater. So it can be the rainwater can be used in a good way. This is the second last of the passive building energy, which is the wind system. The image shows the wind tower with evaporative cooling. The air from the wind tower will go into the tunnel and the sensible cooling. From the sensible cooling, it will go to evaporating cooling. So this the building, show the building, the fresh air, and the heat loss from air results in the decreased air temperature but not change in the water vapor content of the air. Daytime and nighttime operation of a wind tower. The daytime and the nighttime of the wind tower is a difference, so I will show you guys the image. When in the daytime, the hot ambient air enters the tower through the opening in the tower and it is cool. When it comes in contact with the cool tower and thus becomes heavier and sinks down. When an inlet is provided into the room with an outlet on the other side, there is a draft of cool air. After a whole of heat exchange, the wind tower becomes warm in the evening. And during the night, the reverse happens due to warm surface of wind tower and drop in temperature of ambient air due to buoyancy effects. Warm air rise up. As a result, cooler ambient air is sucked into the room through the window. As a byproduct of this process, wind tower loses the heat that was collected during the daytime and it becomes ready for use in cold conditions up to the morning. This is a wind tower design with opening on all four sides. The first floor, the ground floor or basement, and this is the section XS as you guys can see. And from this, there are screen gravity shock damper, curtains, water spraying pipes, clay concrete, wind tower, and first floor and basement. So due to the unpredictable wind direction, opening on all four sides are provided with an additional effect due to wind pressure. The rate of heat transfer mainly depends on surface area with which the air comes in contact. Here the surface area is increased by having vertical conduit, which gives less resistance to airflow. Further, the effectiveness is increased by having sprinklers to promote the evaporating cooling. For the opening, so the opening is one of the most important things in the building. It shows different types of opening. The interior partitions are provided in the building for various purposes of privacy, which may not allow openings in the partition. In this region, due to the warm and humid climate, ventilation becomes very essential. Cross ventilation becomes the major solution. This can be overcome by providing rich ventilation or ventilating conducts or shafts for deeper rooms. So this is the effect of high opening, low opening, high and low opening. So the effect for high openings, the effect is position the apertures at very high above the floor influence the efficiency of the natural ventilation in a given space. For the low openings, the inlet and outlet are high. Airflow only near ceiling, no air current at body level, good for removing hot air or for warm season. Layers of still air at low levels for the high and low openings is good for interaction of air layers, current at body level, pocket of warm still air over the outlet. This is the last passive energy, which is a water system. So the water system is collect rainwater for external use, for example garden or washing car. Use water conserving appliances including toilets, shower, taps, washing machine and dishwasher. Low flow faucets, water saving and dual flush tanks. And the third one is reduce irrigation and surface water runoff. For the water treatment facility, natural way of treating the black and grey water, as you can see in the slide, there's an image from the rainwater. The rainwater is going to the water filter and there's an inlet for water and slope given for the water flow is going through to the outlet for water collection. So the benefit is the first of all is a zero water discharge building system, 35% reduction in potable water use, low flow water mix fixture, waterless urinals, use of stormwater and recycled water for irrigation, And the last one is entire water in the building is treated biologically through a process called root zone treatment. This is a award received by CIA Sohrabji Godrej Green Business Center. The first one is won an international acclaim award by the United States Green Building Council as the most advanced building in the world. The second one is the Center of Excellence of the Confederation of India Industry for Energy Efficiency, Green Buildings, Renewable Energy, Water, Environment and Recycle and Climate Change Activity in India. So there are many more achievements that they are already achieved, as you can see on the slide. This is the advantage and disadvantage of the building. The advantage is meet the basic physical, emotional and spiritual needs of the occupants. Second one is consider healthy lighting, colors and sound, control temperature and humidity and good indoor air quality to enhance the living environment. The third one is to reduce formaldehyde emissions and use pollution fighting indoor plants. Apply an integrated wiring system for lighting, power, security, fire alarm and audio facilities. And the last one is design a safe and user-friendly space. So for the disadvantages is the initial building cost, which can be more expensive than conventional building. And the second one is green building can be more complex and thus more expensive and time consuming to build. And this is our last slide for the presentation. This is the conclusion. The conclusion is a green building is a conducive to reduce energy consumption, saving land, resources and water use, can reduce the construction of soil and water pollution and air pollution, to meet the requirement of the times to enhance people's quality of life. The second one is applying green practice can help resolve national issues like energy efficiency, water efficiency, helps in reduction of fossil fuels and adopt eco-friendly practice. And the fourth one is it helps in enhancing the workers' health and improve the quality of life. And the last one is making buildings sustainable will not only improve the standard of living of people but will also help in future generation of India to become healthier. So that's all from me, RUSHDAN, and I would like to say thank you for listening to my presentation.